The purpose of this video is to show you how to link your assignments in MATLAB into the modules and the gradebook in Canvas. So if you have linked my MATLAB in Canvas, that was in the previous video. If you've already done that, then when you click on My Lab and Mastering, let me try that again. Okay, there we go. I need to be patient. It will now say Open My Lab and Mastering. If you haven't linked your Canvas and your My MATLAB, then it's just going to say Get Started, and you're going to need to watch the other video first and create your student My MATLAB account inside of Canvas. So you could stop there. For years, I just linked them so that students had this button, right? They could go to Canvas and then from Canvas access My MATLAB without having to, have their other password and ID and, accessing a completely separate site. But that just means these two things are linked. There's a button between them, but there's really no communication between them until you do the grade sync. If you so that's your choice. If you want to manually import the grade and make students go into My MATLAB to access the assignments, or if you want that to be fully integrated into Canvas, this is how you do that. As I said, for years I wouldn't do it, and I honestly am not sure why. I think I just didn't want to learn how to do something new. I know, right? So I just avoided it. But it's so easy and really takes a lot of work away, and it's helpful to the students. So here's how this works. I'm going to do this for my Math 187 class. I have linked this Canvas course to My MATLAB, and a student or students can enroll. So even to enroll for the first time and purchase My MATLAB, they would go through these sort of same steps, clicking on the My Lab and Mastering tab and then the Get Starting button, and it'll walk them through how to register and get My MATLAB for the semester. All right, so to link, I'm gonna click on Go to Grade Sync Settings, and notice it's pulling all of the assignments that I have created in my MATLAB account. So I'm gonna hit the All button, and I'm gonna hit Sync Grades Now. This is going to take a minute, but pull all of the assignments from My MATLAB into my Assignments tab in Canvas. I'm also going to click up at the top where it says Automatic Grade Sync. I'm going to turn that on because throughout the semester, if I add things in My MATLAB, if I change due dates, and when students complete things, I want Canvas and My MATLAB to talk automatically. I don't want to have to tell it to update. So a student does an assignment, a My MATLAB assignment, within 5 minutes, I'd say, the grade in My MATLAB is transferred into Canvas. So it looks like it's done. They've all synced. It usually just takes a minute to do them all. Sometimes if you add something later, right, you decide you want to put some quizzes in here, you might have to force, click that blue Sync Grade Now button to sort of force it to update. If you need to do that, that's always possible. So now that I've done that, I should be able to go into assignments, and they should all be there. And there they are. Now notice I have a few different assignment tabs. I haven't messed with this yet, and I'm going to want to, right? Right now it says my assignments are 0% of my total grade. I'm going to need to come in here and change that, right? My assignments are 30% of my grade, and my tests and final are 70%. Typically, I'd have to look exactly at this syllabi to remember exactly what I have there, but it's about that. It might be 25, 75. So I will need to do that at some point in time, but the point of this video is to show you how to link this into the modules. So notice on my assignments tab, the little I is blacked out. That means the students can't see it. So I can see it because I'm an instructor, but there's no assignments. It's not like my students are going to click on the assignments tab and access it from here. I want them to access from the modules. So when I come into my modules, I have all the notes, the blank notes. I'm eventually going to add completed notes to that, but one piece at a time. I'm going to want to add the homework into this module so that they have access to the notes, the blank notes, and they have access to the homework in the same spot. So what I do is I just hit add. I am going to choose from an assignment. It automatically populated and nothing is showing up. What's going on here? Let me switch and see what we got. Why does it say 0? Okay, this is probably an issue of my iPad versus my desktop. Normally when you click on assignments, all the assignments show up there. So I'm just going to grab all the chapter 1 assignments. I'm going to indent it because I want it to, what do I want to do here? Notes are 1. Let's indent 3 levels. And then hit add. And then now I have all these little homework links that will take them straight into Canvas, and I'm going to drop them in each appropriate section. Now I'm not going to take the time to do all of that right now because, that's not necessary. And notice once these links are in the modules, then the students will go to the modules, they can access the notes. When I get video created, I'll have a video here for absent students or for things that I don't finish in class. And then, they can come in here and they click on the homework and they don't actually ever have to go to my math lab. It opens it right inside of Canvas, and here's the questions and homework for this section. Now, one thing that I will caution you about that it took me a little while to figure out, if I can figure out where I'm at, let's go back to modules. Notice the due dates and everything are listed here. I set mine to allow students to work past the due date with a 10% penalty per day. So the only thing with linking here is students, once the due date passes, Canvas is going to say, sorry, the due date has passed. For a student to get in past the due date, they actually do have to click the My Lab and Mastering tab and enter My Math Lab through that process to get in there. So for late work, or even actually for seeing, like sometimes students want to go back if you have a quiz or something and they want to see their old work, they can't access anything past the due date in Canvas. As far as I know, Kristen's probably like, oh yes, they can, and she's going to fix all of that. But as far as I know, to access any of these links past the due date, you have to actually go to the My Math Lab site. So that's just something for you to be aware of. Another cool thing, once you have all of your assignments in here, automatically on the calendar tab, let me try that again. If I click on the calendar tab, they're all going to be here. So a lot of students use this. This is the calendar tab for all of my classes. My 206 is, let me turn on 187. There we go. So there's my 187 class. Students have access to this. I'm noticing at the moment my due date is 8:59 p.m. and I usually make that midnight. So I think that's an issue with, it's supposed to be 11:59, but I think that's an issue with my settings in Math Lab are for Eastern time, and I need to change that to make it Arizona time, and that will take care of that. So I'm glad I looked at this to notice that that's not quite the right time. That's not what I expected. But again, students can access their My Math Lab assignment from this calendar, and it's automatically populated in here for once you have all of your classes done for every class, which is going to be super messy because I have several classes done at this point. So that's kind of a cool thing as well when you link your modules with your Canvas. One last thing before we go that's important to see is if you click on grades, now all of your assignments should be listed in my Canvas gradebook. Now it's sort of random at the moment. You can see my Math Lab pulls all the assignments randomly. I'm not sure, or Canvas pulls all the assignments from my Math Lab sort of randomly. They're not in order. I'm not sure why that is. So I always will go in and hit view, arrange by oldest to newest, and then I should be able to see everything in order. So as students do work, their grades will just pop right in here. I do let my students know that their grade is in, their class grade is in Canvas, not in my Math Lab. I only use my Math Lab for homework, maybe quizzes occasionally, but most of my quizzes and tests are paper pencil. So I'm not going to put those into my Math Lab. They're just going to show up in Canvas. So the student's accurate grade is always reflected in Canvas, not my math lab, and I just make sure students are aware of that, so that they don't think they're my math lab grade, which if they're never entering the my math lab website, they're doing everything in Canvas, they're not really going to see anyways. But there you go. Hope that helps. Let us know if you have any questions.